Welcome to Stitch It to Win It. I'm your host, Patty Patchwork. Watch Cotton Cuts Kim and Sean from The Guy Who Sews go needle to needle in a thrilling live sew-off. Watch as these two skilled competitors race against the clock to sew an adorable quilt block. The stakes? The winner gets to choose a charity for a $250 donation from Cotton Cuts. Witness incredible quilting skills. Cheer on your favorite quilter. Support a great cause chosen by the winner. Get ready for a great show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is it. We are live, you guys. I am so excited. Today we're doing our first ever Stitch It to Win It. This is a crazy new thing that we're trying. It is probably going to colossally fail and be super funny and entertaining for you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining us. This was a fun little idea our team had, and that was pair me up against some of our favorite Cotton Cuts ambassadors, people that are sewing mystery quilts and Java bundles. And we live sew for you guys the same block. We pick the block out ahead of time. We're told what colors to choose. We're sewing, we're making mistakes, we're laughing, we're asking funny questions of each other. And then at the end, we show our finished block. And you guys, the viewers, get to choose which one of us did it better, which one of us won it. And so this is the first time. And Sean, we love The Guy Who Sews. Sean raised his hand and is like, sure, I will be the guinea pig and I will be the first person there. And so he is joining us today on his lunch break from work. And we are so happy to have Sean with us. Let's go ahead and add Sean to the stage. Patty Patchwork. All right. While he's joining us, I want to talk a little bit about the block that we've chosen today. Hi, Sean. How are you?
G'day, I'm doing well. It's good to have join you, and it's going to be fun to be the guinea pig on this one here. So thank you for inviting me.
It's funny because so I'm going to show you guys the block that we've chosen. So the block that we've chosen is it's a heart block, and so I think the team has they have an image so that way everyone can see a bigger version of it. But it is a heart block that is from the Cotton Cuts color challenge of the month. And it is strips and triangles. It is 5 or 6 seams, and we're going to sew it together. We were told to get red and orange fabric. We're going to talk about our fabrics here in a minute. So that's what we're going to be sewing over the course of the next hour-ish or so. These are the cutting instructions we've been provided, and with no sewing instructions. So we're going to make this up as we go. All right, so let's bring Sean back to the stage. So Sean, I see there's a lot of followers on YouTube that are good-daying you every day. So it seems like a lot of people here know you, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to some of the folks that might not know who you are?
Well, my name is Sean, and I have a small YouTube channel called The Guy Who Sews, where I have a weekly live, and then I also have a Sunday morning podcast where you get to see what I've worked on during the week. And I've been working alongside you guys with Cotton Cuts for a while now. I think I'm about to embark on my 5th puzzle mystery quilt. Yeah. Fourth as an ambassador. So yeah, if you haven't seen the channel, come over, check it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, Sean is a ton of fun. We love Sean. All right. So I'm being prompted by Patty Patchwork that I've neglected to say who Cotton Cuts is. I guess we kind of just jumped right into it. I'm so excited to get sewing. I just jumped right in, Sean. All right, so Cotton Cuts, we are a crazy quilting business that ships fabric and pre-cuts and projects and all sorts of things all over the world. We have ambassadors like Sean, who we partner with for our main program, our Puzzle Mystery Quilt, which is a pre-cut mystery. It's 10 months. It's all sorts of information you can find on our website at cottoncuts.com. Okay, I'm going to get to that other note in a minute. All right, so Sean, so as we started the show with, you and I are each sewing for a different charity. And so if I win the viewer's choice, then Cotton Cuts will donate $250 to So Powerful. So Powerful is the Cotton Cuts Cares organization for the second half of this year. They support they support sewing bags for menstrual products for girls in foreign countries where they might have to be pulled out of school rather than being able to stay in school. So it advances education and literacy in third world countries. So Sean, why don't you tell us, if you win, which charity will be the recipient of your $250?
Okay, so I thought about this long and hard, and my heart is with animals. So I am picking a local rescue group that adopts out cats and dogs. They're called Rough Road Rescue.
Oh, that's fantastic. We have a foster dog. I'm a big fan of rescue organizations. So that is great. So I think it doesn't matter if I mean I to be
Oh,
clear,
they're
I
both
want,
great, both great charities. So it doesn't matter who wins. I'll be excited for the result.
but to be clear, I really want to win. No.
No.
I think everyone is going to win by the time we are all said and done. Okay, so what we are going to do is, like we showed, we have this block. And so Sean and I were literally told red fabric, orange fabric. We weren't even told which place to put the fabrics in the block. So I think that could be a wobbler. We were told not to cut our fabric ahead of time. So you're going to get to see that fun enjoyment. Sean, when we talked about that, what did you tell us you normally do ahead of your show?
Okay, so that's the part that scared me about this live the most, is because when I do my Saturday morning lives, I pre-cut my fabric, I label it, I do all that stuff, so I'm just ready to go. So this is the part that scares the pants off me the most, is everyone watching me cut, because I'm not the world's fastest cutter. I like to take my time so I don't make mistakes, but that's not really an option today, so we'll just have to make it work.
I feel like safety first. I don't necessarily know if it makes for great television if like you're cutting really fast and an accident happens. So let's try not to do that. I
Yes.
did ask Paula if we should have a top-down camera, and I feel like this is probably the moment when we probably should not have that as we're like cutting out these fabrics. But yeah, so we were told literally just red and orange. And so I don't know about you, Sean, but I kind of read through the instructions and put together a game plan for what I'm planning on doing. Did you do the same?
I did. I actually had my wife help me pick out the fabrics because I don't have a lot of orange. And trying to match up the red and the orange and get enough contrast was a little challenging. And she has an excellent eye for fabrics. So I totally made use of the resources available to me and had her help me choose. And we both agreed the combination I come up with, I think, is the best based on the stash that we had.
Awesome. Okay. I'm pretty proud of mine too. We're gonna actually we're gonna before yeah, okay. So Patty Patchwork is gonna come in and give us some instructions because we're gonna each talk about our own fabrics, but you're not gonna get to see me talking about mine and I don't get to see you talking about yours, so it doesn't influence each other in the
Okay.
outcome. So Patty, okay.
Why do you think your block is going to win? We would like you to answer the following questions. What fabric have you chosen for your block and why?
All right, so the fabrics that I've chosen, Patty is going to let me be able to zoom in here. So I have chosen for my red, this is Lori Holt. And so this is a Lori Holt fabric. It's from her newest collection, Hometown by Riley Blake. And so I picked this red because I just thought it was the purest Crayola red fabric I could find. And I like that it has a little bit of visual interest in these circles. And in looking at the shapes that I was cutting, I didn't want anything that was too geometric or too straight lined because we've got some triangles and strips in here and I wanted something that could hide a lot of mistakes given the speed of this challenge. And for
What
my
is
orange, I chose, and for my orange, I chose this fabric. So this is from Summer Breeze by Jason Yenters in the beginning. And so I chose this as my orange. I didn't want to do anything that was a pure orange because I thought that the two pure colors right next to each other might be a little much. And so I wanted to get something that had a white and a lighter background against the solid red. And so I'm hoping that the two play together nicely. And again, I picked something that wasn't too geometric, so it would hide some of the speed challenges of this project. And for me, when I sew my block, the heart is going to be red and the background will be the orange. I'll be interested to see if Sean chooses the otherwise. But that's what I am intending on doing for this challenge.
going to be your approach to cutting and sewing your block in the time allowed?
All right. So for this one, given the time crunch, I read through all the instructions. And so what I am going to do is I am going to cut the biggest square first. And then I am going to progressively cut smaller squares from there. And so I think that's one of those kind of, you could be the person that starts at the top and cuts in order as provided. But I'm a fabric efficiency person. And so I want to make sure I cut with the biggest square first, and then I'm going to cut the next biggest, and then kind of go down the scale. Who knows? It could be a colossal learning mistake. I'm probably going to cut the wrong fabric, the wrong shape, but we'll do that as we go. But that's my strategy, is to cut biggest to smallest.
Why do you think your block is going to win?
Oh, because it's going to be amazing and awesome because I have incredible fabrics and I got my own sewing machine here with me today. And I am using I know we've been talking about these a lot in the shop. I'm using the new Tula Pink Oliso mini iron. And so I feel like that's going to give me the edge in the competition today.
We would like you to answer the following questions. What fabric have you chosen for your block and why?
Hold up, Sean. So Patty has told me that you are muted. And so if you could go back, they're going to take me off so I can't hear you.
Whoops. Okay. So we'll start again. Okay, so orange, I chose a solid. It's a Kona cotton solid. I love working with solids, as most people that watch me know. And I just thought this would be a lovely background color. And it also has a nice contrast, I don't know why it's there, with this red, which is an Allison Glass fabric that I've had in my collection for a while. I've used it on a couple of projects, but I thought it would be the perfect complement for today's little project.
What is going to be your approach to cutting and sewing your block in the time allowed? Why?
I am just going to cut it as quickly as possible, but also ensure that I do it correctly, because if I have to do it twice or 3 times, that's going to lose any efficiency that I get by cutting it quicker.
Why do you think your block is going to win?
Because I have a lot of fantastic supporters in the chat that are going to vote for me.
We're back. All right. Hello. Okay, Sean is splitting the screen with me. This is awesome. All right. So I have my fabrics out. While you were chatting, I was kind of like arranging things so I can make my first cut kind of fast. I know. We're not competitive at all. So the construct is we're going to be given 12 minutes to sew. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so sorry. It appears as though Patty
Sean,
is
are you ready? You will have 12. Kim and Sean, are you ready? You will have 12 minutes to sew this 12 by 12 block. Ready. Set. Sew. Kim and Sean, are you ready? You will have.
So have we started or not?
Are we supposed to go or not? I'm unclear. Like I think she was supposed to say, so you know, like in Bake Off when they're like ready, set, bake. I feel like she was supposed to say ready, set, sew. So I feel like we're supposed to be actually working now. Are you ready?
12
Sean?
minutes to sew this 12 by 12 block. Ready. Set. Sew.
Okay. Sean, let's just go ahead and get
we're off.
All right, we're off.
You said so, so we're off.
Okay, all right, and we're off. All right, so I got to cut first here. All right, so Sean, this is the challenging part, is I'm going to ask you to talk while you're cutting. So tell us, what is new in your world? It has been a little bit since I've checked in with you.
I know. Sometimes like these lives are the only time I get a chance to hang out with some of my content creator friends. So we have just sent our 2 exchange students home. We had them here for 10 months, and they've just, so that's probably the biggest news that I have.
Okay.
And then
sorry. That's so they were upperclassmen, right? Because you were talking about prom last time I talked to you.
Yes, they were both seniors. So they actually went to different schools, but they were both seniors. And so they had prom, they had graduation, and all the other fun stuff that you do in American high school. And they enjoyed their year here. I don't know if they were quite ready to go home, but their visas were run out, so they have to go home.
All right, so Sean, I've discovered my first challenge cutting on live television. Like you and I both talked that this is going to be the hardest part, is how do you cut? So I accidentally put the grid on my mat backwards. So the bigger numbers on the left side, I'm having to subtract 7 quarter from a random number over here. So yeah. All right, so this is gonna be fun. All right. So maybe the audience can help me. So if I cut at 13 and take 7 1/4 off, where should I cut my next cut at? Hi Jackie, how are you today? All right, so 13 minus 7 1/4 should be 5 3/4 if I'm doing that correctly. High school. Yeah, I know. It's funny because Sean has exchange students he just finished high school with, and I have a 13-year-old that is just starting high school this year.
Is that the boy who sews?
No, Dominic. Dominic is the boy who sews. Thank you for that. He is actually starting 7th grade this year. It's Lincoln, who is my 6 foot, almost 3 kid. He's starting. He's gonna be a freshman this year.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So it's a fantastic change of life, right? Because my kids are super active in sports. And so now we're getting used to the world in which they, we don't have to drive them to practices after night and whatnot because it's all right after school. All right, so I have my 7 1/4 done. I'm so excited. I'm gonna set those aside, and of course, because there's all this going on, they're gonna get lost. It looks like Debt Free Quilter also has a 14-year-old that's about to be a 9th grader too. That is a fantastic phase of life. I know there's no emotions or hormones in my house at all. All right, so they're showing us the block so you guys can see it as we go. So I am at the cutting phase. Sean, are you? Oh, no, if you're throwing out numbers, it would be like Abbott and Costello sewing competition. I know. Well,
I finished my orange, so I'm not sure we're going to get it done in 12 minutes, but we'll give it that best shot.
I'm too busy talking here. Okay, so now I got to do my 6 7/8.
But yeah, we'll make it work.
All right.
I'm just hoping I don't have to bring up my friend Jack. You know, everyone knows who my friend Jack is.
Yes, everyone has a friend Jack.
Yes, well, Jack or Jackie, everyone calls it something a little different.
Yes, yeah.
And some people probably call it names that you can't say on television.
All right.
So, 7 1/4.
All right, so this is not the most exciting to watch us cut. It is actually probably going to be funnier when we realize we made a mistake.
7.
All right, we need music. All right, and let's see here. So 7 and 6 and 7 8.
So who else do you have lined up to do this little challenge after me? Because you said I'm the guinea pig, but I'm curious now to see who else you have on the sidelines.
So I believe that Paula has recruited almost all of the PMQ ambassadors to do it. Oh, so she's telling me Crystal Hart is signed up, and I think she's next week.
Okay, I love Crystal.
Yeah, I like Crystal Hart too. She's a lot of fun. It should be fun. It's going to be chaos. Like, I have a feeling fabric is going to be flying all over the room. And then Crystal, and then who else? Amber is going to be joining us.
Yeah, that's my buddy Amber, who, as you probably know, has picked my colorway for Wild West.
Yes, and so you have no idea, right?
No, not the first clue. She won't tell me.
Oh. And then Andrea, she's telling me.
Oh, nice. That'll be a fun lineup.
And yes, yeah, Arkansas Gals is joining us. So yeah, and everyone's getting a different color as well. So you and I are doing red and orange, and then we're going to move our way through the rainbow. And just like this, right? So, I'm not checking to see what fabrics, but I picked fun fabrics, I think. All right, so I've got my 6 7 8 cut. I cut those together, and then boop, boop, boop. All right. I'm going to sew that as a strip and not part of the actual block. And then, hold on, I have to think for a second here. Of that color, I need 3 7/8 half square triangles, 2 squares. All right. I see there's a lot of comments. Are we halfway done?
I don't know.
Is that what are we, what? Yeah. Sean, we need to sew faster. Dang, we haven't even started sewing yet. Okay.
I thought it'd take me 12 minutes to just do the cutting, so.
So clearly we have no idea what we are doing. And so I am still cutting, Sean. Are you still cutting?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. There's one.
I think once I get cutting, we'll be able to knock this out fairly quickly. But yeah, the cutting, I think, is going to be the fun part. And we were talking about Crystal a minute ago, and she is in the chat, I see.
Oh, is she really? Yahoo!
Yes.
All right. So
now she's getting a sneak peek of what she's in for next week.
I know. Who knows? We're going to change it all by then as well. All right. So I need 2, 3, 7, 8 squares. I'm like in a small little space here. Hi, Chloe Morgan. How are you doing today?
G'day, Chloe. It's one of my friends. It's
Woohoo.
always good to hear from Miss Chloe. And all my other friends. I've seen a lot of people say hi in the chat, but I've been busy cutting.
I know. We were talking ahead of time. I was like, we're going to be so busy cutting. We're not going to be able to engage with anyone. And so, yeah. Maybe they should have given you all 15 minutes. Yeah. So debt-free quilter, you are absolutely right. We do have the ability to call an audible. And we will be able to add more time or take time away. I think when I first was talking to Paul about this, I was like, oh, this block can be sewn together in like 6 minutes. Yeah, I was very clearly. Okay, so, but I'm not afraid to admit that either. All right, Sean, I think I'm ready to start sewing.
Okay, I'll be a little bit behind you.
That's okay. I am not worried because you probably sew faster than me.
See.
All right, so I want to show everyone. So like these are all like parts and pieces, and it makes me actually like long for the die cutter because all these shapes I know we could die cut in half a second, but again, that would be cheating. Let's see here. I'm just going to take a quick peek at the comments. What's that? You have no time. What do you mean I have no time to look at this? Let's see.
Practice about when I can have a better chance of winning.
Ha 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 ha. Youngest minion's going to be 1. Oh my goodness gracious. If you're throwing out numbers, I have a 14-year-old 9th grader. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to start sewing.
How are you both doing?
I'm doing better now that I've finished cutting.
Doing great. Now the next test, the first test was how quickly can we cut without cutting ourselves. The next test is going to be how straight can we sew.
That I'm not so worried about. Okay.
So Sean, do you have a foot pedal or are you a push button person? This is like
foot pedal.
I'm a push button person.
Hey, whatever works for you. Yeah, I've always used the foot pedal. I don't know if I'd ever switch, to be honest.
Well, I textbook. That's how I grew up, was using foot pedal, and then I had a sewing machine that had a button on it. And someone was like, just try it. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be horrible. I don't want to do this. And now I am converted. Like the foot pedal is lost somewhere in the bottom of a box in my sewing room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. One less accessory to carry around. All right. This is fun. Every time my chef friend watches cooking challenges, I say I want one for quilting. Yeah. We're literally just testing it, right? And I am so excited to see all of the fans on the sidelines. I do worry that like it's all Sean's friends. Like surely cotton cuts, like yay, go cotton cuts. Woo-hoo. All right. Okay, so I have 4 pieces sewn together. It is pressing time. And I will go above and beyond Sean, and I'm actually going to cut dog ears off of these guys. All right. So Sean, so you are a big fan of foreign exchange students. Do you have more coming this fall to your house?
We do. We have 2 young ladies coming to join us in mid-August. One is from Denmark.
Speed it up. You have 3 minutes.
What?
You might need to speed it up. You have 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to ask us, instead of 12 minutes, let's see how far we can get in 15. So Sean, going back to you. So you said you have 2 young ladies coming to visit you this fall. Where are they from? Where's home?
Denmark and Germany.
Oh, wow.
And the fun thing is this will be students 6 and 7, and we have not repeated the country yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that time's going to come to a close because at some point we're going to repeat, but so far, no repeats.
Eek, eek. I had a fabric sucked into my sewing machine, people. So are these girls going to be seniors as well?
Sorry?
Are they going to be seniors as well? What grade?
1 senior, 1 junior. Yeah, so a little bit different. Where did that go? I'm missing two pieces.
Everyone's cheering for you, Sean. They're like, go, Sean, go. You got this.
I love my community. They are so supportive of everything that we do. But I'm sure there's a lot of Kim fans out there too.
Yes, yeah. See, now they want you to distract me with questions instead of my game plan, which is to distract you with questions. Oh, I know. There are a lot of Team Cotton Cuts fans out there too.
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
so I'll have a question for you now.
All right.
I don't know which colorway I'm doing for Wild West, obviously. Which one are you doing, or are you doing one? Because I know sometimes you get super busy and.
Yeah, this one I was originally planning on sitting out, but I've seen some of the fabrics come in, and I think this might be my Halloween quilt. I really like that ghost tone. I think those fabrics are
Okay.
sleek and cute. It's good.
Yeah, I've had a couple of friends tell me they're doing the Ghost Town as well. So that one's gonna be a lot of fun to see how it all comes together.
Well, so for
And
you,
have we convinced Paula to do one yet?
Eat it up. You have 3 minutes.
so you should see Sean every time they post one of these, like, the like bake off, like, you have 3 bakers, you have 3 minutes remaining. The two of them just giggle over here because they like how it makes us sweat.
Yes.
So you didn't pick your colorway, right? You had Amber picked it for you, yes?
Correct.
All right. So did you give her, like, these are the 3 that you would want, or are you or
No,
are you just
I went the opposite direction. There was 2 or 3 that I would prefer not to do. And so I said, hey, these are the ones that don't really speak to me as much. So she had a choice of about 12.
okay? She had a
And
choice of
so,
about 12.
well, yeah. So she had a lot of choice. I mean, she could go for what she thinks might be my favorite, or she may do something totally different. But I've always done the boutiques.
Yeah.
And I thought it was time for me to change and do something a little different. And so I
Oh,
figured, what better way to do it than let someone else just like take that out of my control?
okay. So did you put Saloon in the do not pick for me category? Because that's the one I would have picked for you, honestly. The purple boutique.
Saloon. Now I'm going to go take a look and see which one that is.
I'm
I
gonna
forget
distract you
some.
by looking. Go look at the website, Sean. Yeah, take a look.
Saloon. Where is Saloon? Hang on.
I'm being told not to
Yes, no,
distract you.
okay, yes, I did say no to Saloon just because it was the boutique
Yeah.
and I wanted to do something different. So, yes, it will not be Saloon unless she went rogue and did it anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Saloon is, if left to your own devices with no information, I would pick Saloon because I know how much you love the boutiques, especially purple boutique. But then
Well,
I think maybe Mystic Cactus, because yeah, I feel like that's kind of the greenish that you like to go through as well. And Mystic Cactus, we just unpacked those fabrics yesterday. They were a little late to arrive, and they are amazing.
yes.
Danelle Stitchery is asking me how many quilts have I made. Okay, so Danelle, we talked about this on the live yesterday. It's a matter of how many are finished and bound, or how many are topped or pieced and topped and sitting someplace in my house. And so I've made a lot of tops. The finishing is the part that always trips me up. We're giving you 5 extra. Okay, we are being given 5 extra minutes, Sean.
Good. Okay, I think I can handle that.
And then it's hands up. Stitchers,
Okay.
put down your sewing machines and your seam rippers.
All 5 minutes I think I can do.
All right. All right. How big is that supposed to be?
Yeah, my wife loves a lot of those cooking shows, so I definitely get all the references like Top Chef and Chopped, Hell's Kitchen, all that. Yeah, she loves that. I'd rather eat the food. So,
yeah. Yeah, I was describing to my husband, and he's like, you're doing Top Chef. Oh my gosh.
yes.
Okay. What is going on in my sewing machine? All right. So little bit of a problem. My presser foot fell off. Oh my God, the whole thing's coming apart. I have like 5 minutes to go, people. I feel like this is the moment when like you open the freezer and you realize it hasn't been freezing anything. Hold on, quick fix. I got a little screwdriver out. Oh my goodness. I'm like shaking. I can't even get the screwdriver to tighten. Gosh.
So how's everyone in the audience enjoying this event so far? I'd love to hear everyone's input. Are you enjoying it?
Are you guys enjoying our shenanigans?
I hope so.
I feel like we should be maybe showing them some of our in progress stuff, right?
I can in just a moment, but I'm also chain piecing. So,
Oh, Sean Paula is like, he's wasting time. He's having you show your stuff so you get behind. Oh my God, I hit the ground.
I've already got distracted once looking at the colorways on cotton cuts, but
It's okay. That's a healthy distraction.
no, you're fine.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. All right. This is actually a really large block when it's all said and done. I think it's been a long time since I've sewn a 12.5 by 12.5 inch block. They're enjoying watching us sweat, Sean.
Good.
They're loving it. They're loving it.
I'm so glad to hear that. So the bottom of mine is done, if anyone is interested in seeing it. Then the middle's done, and I'm about to attach those two sections. I'm finishing up the flying geese on top, and then I just go attach those.
Right.
So as long as we got more than about 3.5 minutes, I think I'll be all right.
He's estimating he needs 3.5 minutes.
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
I feel sorry for all these cooks
Keep going.
on these shows. I know
Keep
that.
going. Do you hear that? Keep going.
You can do it. Keep going. You can do it.
I love
Just keep going.
All the things that happen when you're trying to sew something quickly. I know. I feel like this is you get that call from that family member who's like, hey, I've got a friend who's having a baby. Can you make a quilt? And you're like reticently say, okay. Yeah, the baby shower is Saturday. Can you have it done by then? And you're like, oh God, I really love you, so I'm gonna do it. Yes, everyone's enjoying watching my sewing machine fall apart. Yes. Okay, hold on 1 second. I need to. What happened here? What happened? Something went really wrong.
All right. Heather's saying that watching Kim's machine fall apart, sabotage. I didn't do it. I'm about 7 states away from her, so I couldn't have done it.
Right. Okay, Jack the Ripper's coming out. I need some assistance. I need to take part one.
Jack.
Boo, 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 boo.
Laura Lynn sings a song about Jack the Ripper, but I don't remember the words.
Oh my goodness. Am I going to be able to get this seam apart in time? I don't think so. So I love my seam ripper, and I realized that after many, many years of using it, I was actually using it wrong. So that's how it's supposed to work. I turned it apart, I turned it around, and that's the way it's supposed to go. Versus what I was doing, which is taking apart 1 stitch at a time. So I'm actually going to start using straight pins, which I promised myself I wouldn't do because I was like, there's no time to pin it. You're not going to have time for that shenanigans. As I hear my team in the background going, 45 seconds.
Need more than 45 seconds.
Yeah, Judy is absolutely right. She is accusing you of paying one of my employees off to mess with my sewing machine.
How much does she think is my budget? I mean, my budget doesn't stretch that far.
Judy, we're raising money for charity today. We're not sabotaging each other. All right.
All right, so how much time's left on the clock?
How much time, guys? Less than 1 minute, Sean. Are you going to make it?
Yep, it's going to be messy, but it's going to be done.
All right, I think this is my last seam, even though I had to rip something. All right, I see people running around in the shop behind me. I feel like something is supposed to happen that's not. Yeah, someone's wondering if it's going to be a photo finish. I believe it is true. Dragonflies for Donna. All right, I got to get my stuff off. This is a really big block, and I got to press it flat. And it's not square, but you know what? That'll be okay. It makes me appreciate our die cut shapes even more doing this project because I bet you I did not calculate my squares when I was cutting. All right, so Paula ran away. So if we had like 40, yeah, completed is better than perfect, Danelle. You are absolutely right. And I actually really like these fabrics. And when it gets sewn together, you will never know that was there. Love you, Kim, but my vote goes to Sean.
Speed it up. You have 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Why do we have 3 minutes?
You might need to speed it up. You have 3 minutes.
We do not have 3 minutes left. Come on, guys.
Well, all I have to do is I'm done.
You're done? You're not
I'm
giving
done.
wait, no, I'm doing like the final press over here. What?
Okay, well, I'll wait for you.
You'll
Keep
wait
going.
for me. That's so nice of you, Sean. I appreciate it. All right.
You can do it.
I was
Keep
like,
going.
bonus points. I'm like, I'm going to press all those seams on the back. I'm going to nip all of my little dog ears. Mine is pressed on the front and the back. Bam. Look at these nice flat seams.
Oh, that's beautiful. We're not showing you mine.
Both doing.
No, that's all part of the Sean bit, is you have to show us the back, right? Come on now, show us the back, show us the back. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Ugly.
Mine's all flat. Like, all the seams are like pressed together, everything nest, ding, ding, ding. They are loving it and they are laughing at us because we are hysterical.
Hey, we're here to entertain, so as long as we've done that, we've done well.
Success. All right. So let me see you were Sean. So it looks like you chose solids. Is that correct?
No,
Right.
the orange is solid, and then if you look closely enough, you will see the print on the red. It's an Allison Glass fabric. Don't ask me which line it is.
I'm sure it's a sun print. It has to be a sun print. I love Allison Glass. Oh,
Yes.
Flat was not part of the rules. Donna caught us. Yes, flat. Okay, so, but I feel like it's style points, right? Like it's finish points to like be flat. All right, so go ahead.
If we had a sufficient amount of time, then we could have done flat seams and everything else. But you told me we had 12 minutes to cut and sew. So, I mean, you just made it work, you know.
So I'm a Bake Off fan, as was mentioned many times. And, you know, if all those bakers had just 15 more minutes, they would have had plenty of time to get everything iced and perfect. And there's always style points. Okay, so here's mine. So this one, let me see if I can hold it up. So it's got Lori Holt for the red. And I used an in the beginning for the orange, and don't look where my fingers are covering. And it actually matches my nails. So I feel kind of excited about that today. And that is my block. Woohoo!
Very good. You definitely went on style point. I'll give you that.
But it might not taste very good, but it looks beautiful. All right, so Patty, what are we doing here? Do you have a prompt for us, or is it me? Okay. All right, so for me, all right, so we did this. This is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is kind of as real as it gets, right? This
Cool.
was Sean and I like joining you guys for a little bit of time. So you are going to have 24 hours to vote for your favorite block. Is it mine or is it Sean's? You're going to find this video wherever you watch it, and you're going to just say Kim Cotton Cuts or the guy who sews Sean, and we'll count up the number of votes. And if I get the most votes, then So Powerful receive a $250 donation from Cotton Cut. And if Sean wins, Sean, who is your organization we're going to donate to?
It's called Rough Road Rescue. It's a local rescue for cats and dogs.
Yes. And so we will happily donate $250 to Sean's charity of choice. That'll be open for 24 hours. We'll announce the winner at some point over the weekend, and there'll be a big, like, you know, boxing match. Ding, ding, winner. We'll figure out something fun to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are going to do this a couple more rounds. I see Crystal's hanging out with us. Crystal, I think you are next, my friend. I don't even know what colors. Where do the votes go? On live, under video, or a poll? So Paula, we're just putting them in the comments. So wherever you are watching us, in the comments is what I am being told. We're going to test that, guys. This is our first time doing it. You know, ultimately, there's no wrong answer here because someone is going to benefit. And, you know,
Sure.
Probably at the end of the day, we're probably going to give money to both. Right. But just to make it fun, let's see. And I know Sean has a lot of fans, which is fantastic. All right. So Crystal is up next. Put it in the comments wherever you're at. We're going to sew the same exact block. So I will have a little bit of it next Wednesday. I will have a little bit of an advantage because I've sewn it, but at the same time, I'm going to do it a little better next time because I was under pressure here, Sean. How did you feel, Sean?
I'm kind of glad I was the first one to do it because, first of all, when it's ever a group project, I like to present first just to, you know, get it done with. And someone has to go first. And as you just said, I'm the only one that's not going to be disadvantaged because you haven't made it before.
Ah! All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold both of our blocks up to the camera, and Paula's going to take a screenshot so that way we can get them side by side. Hold on one second. All right. And so then that way we can get the, like, here's the cotton cuts and here's Sean, the guy who sews. All right. Thank you so much, Sean. As always, it has been a joy and a pleasure. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and we will see you guys here next Wednesday with Crystal. Sean, have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day at work, and enjoy your summer off too.
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. Thanks, Sean. Bye now.